What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Resale back at it again with another video for y'all. Today we gonna go over some recent orders that I put in. Today is May 7, 2025. I just put these orders in between May 3rd and up to May 6th. I was putting them in, and my vendor put them all in as one big order. So some of the packages have came in. I'm sorry, she put two separate orders, and yeah, some of the packages have already came in, and then the second order has been ordered yesterday, and it should be here by tomorrow, May 8th. But we got the Supreme 1 samples on screen, the reverse joints, Air Jordan 1 lows, Travis joints, Travis Supreme collab. These are samples. Yeah, you can see them joints right there. Them joints fire, beautiful. They look like they are a retail pair, you know. As you can see, you can tell by the quality. The stitching is on point. Nike sign. The outsole is amazing. The Supreme tags. Everything looks perfect, bro. Flawless sneaker. And yeah, I paid a little bit of a ticket for this shoe. According to some people, what some people would say. So this shoe is unreleased, like I said. You can't find that shoe in retail stores. It is never released in retail stores. And here was my next few pairs of cops. I got to pick up some of these. This whole chart that you see right here was worth like 900 or 1100. So I'm waiting on my vendor to shoot me some more pictures and shit of that chart, and I'm gonna order them. I haven't ordered the Supreme ones yet either. I apologize if I said I did. I'm gonna put that order in soon with some other pairs. But I was consulting with my vendor, and I was letting them know that I was originally, when I was talking to them, I was trying to get the Supreme ones, but I guess that they couldn't find them at first from the manufacturers, so she replaced them with Stussy ones. As you can see on screen right here, I got the Stussy ones in black. The Air Jordan 1 Reverse Travis's Stussy collab. These are also unreleased. Those were like 110, and that's what my vendor was saying. I believe I paid 90 for them shipped. Um, Also, the Supreme ones cost 90, and then my vendor, like I said, she was struggling to find them at first from a manufacturer. So she was saying they cost 90, and she replaced them with the Stussy ones you're about to see, not the black Stussy ones, but there's a gray pair that I'm gonna show you all soon. But she replaced them, and the Stussy ones, both pairs of Stussy ones, turned out to be they originally were 110 bucks, but she put the order in for me. She held it down for 90 each. But she was saying that they were 110 and that the Supreme ones were 90, and then all of a sudden she had switched it to the Stussy ones were 90 and the Supreme ones went up to like 170. And I was like, hell nah, she capping. So I'm about to try to get like four more pairs of AJ1 lows. You already know, if you can find a good quality vendor, they're probably gonna sell for like 85 to 110 to 115. So those are kind of that is the price range, you know, shipped included. So yeah, you know, I got the sauce. I got the vendors. I got retail pair vendors. As you can see on the other chart for the other Jordan retros that I said was about 900 to 1100. But we're about to get into some other ones. As you can see on top, I got the white and blue Travises right here. These are also unreleased. All these pairs that I'm showing you currently are unreleased. Yeah, I was gonna cop those along with the Supreme ones. I got the white and green ones right here. I'm gonna cop those along with the Supreme ones, and there's one more pair that's white and purple. In this video, there's no pictures of the white and purple pair. I could actually add a set at the end just to show you all what I'm gonna cop, but I'll do that later. Here's the Stussy ones though, and I was consulting with my vendor, like I was saying. Originally, I was wanting the Supreme ones, and she was looking for them, but she couldn't find a manufacturer, so she replaced them with the Stussy ones, and they look the same. So, I had got confused a little bit, and she was saying that the prices on the Stussy ones were like above 110, and originally that the Supreme ones were 90, and I like the Supreme ones more anyway, so I wanted Supreme. But I talked her down to 90 for both colorway Stussies, the black ones and these gray ones right here. As you can see, these joints are pretty fire. They do look just like the Supreme ones. There's a little bit of details missing as far as the Stussy being different from the Supreme and the locations. As far as below the heel, right at the ankle, as you see where Stussy is stitched. The main like Nike logo right here that you see on camera doesn't have Supreme written on it in that cursive looking font. Um, the tag on the toe box says Stussy instead of Supreme, and then the Nike sign right there. You got the little Nike sign, but the suede looks buttery overall. As you can see, I like the laces. It gives it the checkerboard kind of Aztec effect without even being laced up a certain way. So that's kind of fire. Um, the quality on this pair is amazing. This is a retail store pair. As you can see, the bottom of them joints is pretty fire too. You got the gradient design from gray to white too, but you got the cactus jack on the back. The heel is all red on these. That's another difference. And then, like I said, the just labeling of the company. So the collab company. So Stussy over Supreme or Supreme over Stussy, and then that's pretty much it. And the bottom of the shoe is fire to me. But these sneakers are a dope pair of shoes. Um, like I said, she said that the Stussy was hitting for $90 and the Supreme ones were 170. I didn't look at the stitching as much before I put this order in. As you can see right here, I noticed the cactus jack flaw on the jack, the letter A. It's a little bit off. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but or if that's just replica pairs, but we'll see. We'll get into it. A lot of people can, I believe that they can tell by that flaw right there right away. But um, it's not terrible. I started to look for the same flaw in the Supreme photos, but I couldn't find it at the moment. So I'll have to go do some real versus fake comparisons. But getting into the next things that I already purchased, this was a part of my $468 order, $470 order actually. And like I said, I spent 180 on the other two pairs of ones, the Stussy Air Jordan 1 Travis joints. 180 on both, bro. And I know I could get at least 5 for both, you feel me? So that's not bad. But I was talking to my vendor looking for some Yeezys, some more colorway Yeezys, because I had just ordered some Yeezys. And she got them in from the manufacturers. You know how they have the big warehouses down there. She goes around talking to certain stores and manufacturers at the malls or at the factories and warehouses, and she finds me quality product, bro. She finds the best of the best shit, the creme de la creme. She finds all the good shit. Um, some of this shit even has receipt with it, down on everything, box, store bag, packaging. If you watch my videos, you know how this gets. But everything, the quality is real. She finds the shit that gets shipped to the retail stores and retail warehouses. Um, so that's the good thing about this vendor right here. I built this connection over time, um, and I'm very satisfied with the way she treats me as a customer. But here's the purchases I just made. We got 6 pairs of bread Yeezys, all brand new, sizes 9 through 11, I believe, and yeah, it's pretty fire. But as you can see, them joints look perfect. Like it looks so good. There's only, if you know, like some of these pairs from Adidas came straight like this. some of the Adidas pairs, store pairs, retail pairs, look exactly like the pairs in this photo. Um, as you can see, I also picked up some Air Force One white Supremes. I ended up returning them and swapping those. I swapped the white Air Force One Supremes and a pair of Gucci slides for one of the Stussy Air Jordan 1s. And you'll see in a second, as you can see on the Supreme ones, they look flawless right here in this photo, right? The white is crispy. They got the red laces and the white laces. They got the AF1 shoebox paper. The only thing is that the shoebox is different from the actual Supreme box. The Supreme shoebox looks like a black Nike box. It's a slide out box, I believe, with bold black shiny Nike lettering on it, and it says Supreme on the box. But as you can see, the breads look perfect. They package perfect. Some people say that the tags are a little bit different and the paper is different, but pairs from Adidas and Champ Sports look exactly like this when released. So I know that these are real pairs. I know that these are retail pairs, and I know where my vendor gets the pairs from anyway. So as far as that, I'm satisfied. With these Air Forces, that's the only reason I'm even speaking upon this situation. Even though the sneakers returned and I'm not gonna be selling them, um, they look great in the pictures. The Air Forces look great. The breads look absolutely stunning. 10 out of 10. The bread Yeezys look stunning. So I'm not mad about those. But if you can see the Supreme box for the Supreme Air Force Ones, it's so rigid, and the quality of the box is not the correct quality. That's not the retail pair. And I'm gonna show you some more photos where I'm upset about the quality of the ones. As you can see on the toe box, the holes aren't all the way poked out. This is incorrect. This is not how it should be. As you can see, the Nike sign crossing the stitching line. As I zoomed in right there, the metal AF1 Supreme logo piece at the end of the lace is too yellow. So if you go back and pay attention to that, you'll see the details. Also, in this top photo that I'm about to click, you could see it from before you even click the photo that the shoe is yellow, and there's two different colors. It's two different whites. Like it's an eggshell white, and then you have like an off-white tinted yellow. Um, like the bottom of the shoe looks pure white, and then the uppers of the shoe looks like the shoebox paper color, or it looks like yeah, it looks like yellow and off white in comparison to the bottom of the shoe. So I noticed that the colors were off as far as the two different whites, one being eggshell and one being pure. The other detail was the box not being perfect, and the last detail was the three more details were around the toe box area. The holes on the toe box weren't being poked out. The silver lace lock piece at the end of the laces is too yellow, and it's too like cheap. It looks fainted. It doesn't look dark steel and rich. Other than that, the Nike sign, the Nike logo on the toe box was a little bit messed up, but I don't know if you all saw it. But the shoes look great. I'm not gonna lie. If you just wrap them up, wrap those Air Force Ones up, and in that box, kind of like how she has it packed up and say it's a red box, then I feel like you could pass them off easily. I consider those like a B grade pair. Like the colors just a little bit off. The box is not the worst. The box would actually pass. I just don't like the ridges. Some real pairs have ridges in the box, but I know the retail pair of Supremes, and I know exactly what they look like. But yeah, as far as the bread Yeezys, I know what retail pairs look like. And like I said, those look exactly like Champs pairs and some pairs from Adidas. Certain pairs from Adidas have like certain tags on the Yeezys and different box paper. So yeah, I got all those Yeezys at a great price, so I'ma flip them for I'ma flip them for good profit. Like I said, these are all pairs that are shipped out to retail stores, but the stock is overstocked and backdrop, meaning if retail stores are sitting on these pairs, so in other countries, so like places like Japan or places like China, in general, at the retail stores, at the stores like Adidas at these locations, so Adidas in China, Adidas in Hong Kong, these stores have pairs sitting and no one's willing to purchase them at such high prices, such high ticket prices, because they have manufacturers over there that are already willing to make the perfect pair, the perfect replica pair at a way cheaper price. So this means that the store loses value, the store pairs lose value, and we they get mixed in with the replica pairs eventually, and you could come across manufacturers who start shipping out the Adidas retail store pairs from overseas to the U.S., and that's how we get these pairs. Um, like I said, I know how to find the pairs. I know the difference between real and fake. I mean, it's hard to tell, I really don't consider it real or fake. I mean, a lot of it is just genuine and considerably called B grade. You got high level grade and you got next level grade. Even the Nike outlet stores sell you B grade level. Even StockX sell you B grade level, or considerably, you could call that shit fake shoes. You could call the shit that they're selling you fake shoes. Um, Before you want to call anything fake, but it's just dependent upon the quality of the shoe and how the manufacturers make the shoe and which manufacturers make the shoe. Um, there's certain details that they'll put in the shoe when making the shoe, depending on which shoe it is, that'll tell you if the shoe is real or fake. Um, and I've been doing my research. Every pair I purchase, I gotta do research on it. So I make sure that I do research on what the real versus fakes look like, what a lot of the good fakes look like. You got to check out what multiple fakes look like, because there's a lot of fakes. When you look at the real pair, it's gonna look like a certain manufactured pair. Like you're gonna know what the real pair looks like. So you should know that if you're gonna find a pair that looks if you're gonna find a pair that you want to sell, find a pair that looks real. Find a real pair, find an authentic pair. If you want to rock a pair and you really don't mind, then you know what to look for as far as what you want to spend and how you want to budget. um, but like I said, you can find real pairs for way below retail prices just because overseas knows how to make great replicas, right? So that's pretty much that. I'm excited with my purchases. I wasn't too mad at the Supreme ones. I got to return them anyway. I returned some Gucci slides and I replaced both of those for some Stussies. And the Stussies look pretty good, both of them. I'm gonna go back to this vendor after I get the other pairs on hand. Um, See how the boxes came, tissue paper, check the quality of the shoe, at the toe box. Make sure everything checks out. It is a $100 pair pretty much, so I know that the quality is what I'm looking for. Pretty much. I'm just gonna check a few of the stitching flaws that I've seen, and continue to watch more videos upon different manufactured fakes and see if I came across the real deal manufacturer for these. Like I said, these are sample pairs. These are released pairs yet. So all of these have not came out. You have not seen these in a retail store. You will not see these 9 times out of 10 on StockX yet. Actually, StockX and Goat may have them strictly because these are just those type of sites. These are sneakerhead sites. So these markets may have them, but I actually went on there and I don't believe that I came across them yet. Same thing with some of the Supreme Dunks that I'm interested in. And yeah, so we're going to get into that. But I got about 5 minutes left of this screen recording, so I'm going to just chop it up with y'all about some more orders that I want. Like I said, I got the white and blue right here on screen. The white and blue Travis is at the top. I want those. Um, these right here should be about 90 bucks. As you can see on screen right here, I got the white and green ones. I want those. Those should be 90 bucks. So that's another 180 for two pairs. On that picture underneath the white and green ones, there was some purple Supreme Dunks. Those are like 90 bucks. And I want those too. There's a black and blue pair of Supreme Dunks too. And I'm gonna grab them. But that's like six pairs that are 90 bucks each. So I'm about to spend 540. Um, with that certain vendor, with that manufacturer right there, on two pairs of dunks and four more pairs of ones. I want the Supreme ones, white and green ones. Like I said, with the white and green ones, there's a white and purple pair that look the exact same. And then I want those white and blue ones right here, as you see on screen. But I got the both Stussies. Stussies look amazing. I'm pretty satisfied. I wish I could have got the Supreme first, but I'm not complaining that much. Um, I'm I'm still 10 out of 10 with my order. It's still 10 out of 10. Matching Stussy joints, six pair of bread Yeezys. I can't go wrong with that. Um, and that was all about what I paid for that 640 y'all. So six pairs of bread Yeezys, matching Stussy joints samples. Sample Travis AJ1 Low Stussy. Beautiful pairs, beautiful samples. Yeah. But here on screen, these are some more pairs that I'm looking to pick up from my vendor. And these are just extra Yeezys, depending on how. Well, I know that the breads look good. I know that the breads are retail pairs, so I'm not upset. Um, yeah, I'm just waiting on my vendor to send me to make sure that it's the same manufacturers for the core, for the Oreos and the coppers as it is for the breads. I believe I do have the 2018 bread release, 350 V2. So six pairs of those, beautiful pairs. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's 2018 or it was like 2020 or something like that. I'm not sure, but I wanted the zebras and the other two pairs that go with the 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 original Yeezy releases. So the Oreos and the coppers. But the zebras are going for decent prices. As you saw when I clicked on the coppers, those are going for like 500 to 600 a pair. So that's a pretty basic one. That should be pretty. That could make you a lot. That's a good price pair, a high price pair. Um, I would be pretty satisfied with buying six pairs of those. Actually, I've just been on stock market, looking at certain sizes and certain pairs that are, that I feel like would be overstocked, and I come across a lot of pairs that I feel like would be overstocked, and they are. I genuinely just go with my gut, or I do research and I check what the market says. I check what people like friends and family who work at certain retail stores are saying, what pairs are sitting. I check YouTube what pairs are sitting, and I see. And those are the pairs that I go cop and I buy out for less than retail, you feel me, from overseas. And, I pretty much just sell them at less than what retail stores sell them for here, you feel me? And that's a way to make a profit. Or you can sell them at retail without tax, and that's another good way. And you still make your money, right? It's just about who you know as far as for selling, but yeah, here's a bunch of pairs like I'm talking about right now that I feel like would just be overstocked. You feel me? And you could come across good pairs of these overseas. The He Got Games, the Concord Bread Lows, the Playoff 13s, the UNC 5s. I definitely can come up on those. The Reimagine 3s, the Fire Red SEs, the University Blue ones. The Wizard 3s. These are all passable pairs that I know that I can find overstock. And, I could get my vendor to ship these, my direct vendor from the, retail manufacturers overseas. So that's got to be the best thing about having a vendor. These are more pairs that I'm very interested in. This is my little collection that I have saved on StockX just to check prices and sizes as they change for the pairs that I'm getting. Um, but other than that, this is what I'm about to cop and have already copped. So first pair, man, we got the black Stussies. This order is already being shipped. This is on the way to my vendor right now from the manufacturer, directly from the retail manufacturer. So I got the Stussies on the way. I got these right here, the white and blue Travis Lowe's Air Jordan 1 versus. These are also unreleased. These are in my plan to get in my wish list type shit, you know. So this is one of the 4 Air Jordan 1 Travises that are on my wish list. I bought 2 pair from my wish list, which are the 2 Stussies. This is on screen is the other pair that is on the way to my vendor right now, directly from the retail store manufacturer. So I got the gray Stussies, I got the black Stussies. These are unreleased pairs, but this is the same manufacturer that makes the retail pairs. As you can see, the Stussie joints is looking fire, bro. Other than that, I got the Supremes coming up. These are also on my wish list. I did want to get these first, but I wasn't able to. I replaced it with the Stussy. So the Supreme are coming up next. Best believe it. I'm going to cop these with the white and blue pair and 2 other pairs of Air Jordan 1s and a couple Dunks. But that's the Supremes. This is another pair I'm going to cop, the white and green Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Reverse. These are also unreleased. And then other than that, I got the white and purple ones. I don't know which one better. Y'all comment down in the comment section below. But everything looks beautiful for these PE and sample pairs from my vendor. I'm also going to cop some of these Dunks. I definitely want the black and blue, the purple, and I believe the all black one's looking pretty spicy. Um, Damn there, the black and yellow looks good too. They're growing on me as I look at them. Um, so I might cop everything, the whole collection. But these are the Supreme 94 Dunks. These are also 90 bucks a piece. So along with the Travises, I'm definitely gonna cop the purple ones and the black and blue ones or the all black ones. But here on screen, as you can see from my vendor, she sent me pictures of the best quality 4s, 6s, and 11s that are only 70 bucks a piece. So I sent her back some pictures and she put some sizes in. She's gonna shoot me pictures from the original manufacturers. This whole order was only like $800 to $1,000. Um, you know, minus the Supreme Dunks. But that's pretty much it for this video. The Supreme Dunks order is going to be placed with the Travis Scott's 9 times out of 10. Or I might place the Supreme Dunk order on its own, place the Travis Scott order on its own, the unreleased Travis Scott order, and then place the $70 pair, so the 4s and the 11s on its own. But that wraps everything up from this video. It's your boy Resale. I'm out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and go hit my IG if you see this shit. Y'all gonna watch the unboxings, bro, and y'all gonna be like mesmerized with this shit. So go hit my IG and comment vendor. Let me know. I'm out.